Good morning, all of you. I am Dr.Salim, a holder of PhD in English from Kerala University and a holder of NET. I have an institution in Trivandrum called Dr. Salim's Institute of English for UGC NET JRF English classes. I have uploaded 220 videos on the YouTube, and all of them are my classes recorded from my classroom. And this time I am offering you a video lecture on Booker Prize. The Man Booker Prize for Fiction was formerly called Booker McConnell Prize, and the award amount was £21,000. The Booker Prize was awarded to the writers of fiction written in English and published in UK. And the award started in the year 1968. And in 2002, the award was sponsored by the Man Booker Company, and they raised the award amount from £21,000 to £50,000. And this is time that we discuss the Booker winners who received Booker Prize twice. And also we discuss the Booker winners from India. When we consider the question of the Booker winners who received the Booker Prize twice, we come to find the names of Peter Carey, J.G.FARRELL, J.M.COETZEE, HILARY MANTEL, and Margaret Atwood. These people received the Booker Prize twice. And when we consider J.M.COETZEE, Coetzee was a South African novelist. He received the Nobel Prize also in 2003. He had won Booker Prize twice. In 1983, he won Booker Prize for his novel Life and Times of Michael K. And in 1999, he won Booker Prize for his novel Disgrace. And UGC once asked a question from his novel Disgrace. In Disgrace, the protagonist is a professor of English communication called David Lurie. And he is a man getting disgraced everywhere. He started working as a professor of English, but tried to molest one of his students, and he was suspended from service. He left the college and reached his daughter's house, who is a lesbian, and there also he becomes disgraced. And the question asked by UGC was that the protagonist of a novel written by J.M.COETZEE works as a professor of English communication and returns home to his daughter. But before reaching home, he had played the role of Lord Byron in an opera to identify the novel. The novel is Disgrace. And the protagonist, David Lurie, before leaving the college, plays the role of Lord Byron in an opera. And it was this question asked by UGC. And I told you, J.M.COETZEE, the South African novelist who won Booker Prize twice. The first Booker Prize was for his novel Life and Times of Michael K., telling the story of a cleft-lipped person named Michael K. And his next Booker Prize was for the novel Disgrace. It was in 1999. And the next important writer of novels who won Booker Prize was Peter Carey. Peter Carey was an Australian novelist. and he had won Booker Prize for his novel Oscar and Lucinda in 1988. Oscar and Lucinda. And his next Booker was for his novel True History of the Kelly Gang. It was in 2001. Oscar and Lucinda won the Booker Prize in 1988. And Peter Carey's next novel, True History of the Kelly Gang, won the Booker Prize in 2001. And the third important novelist who received Booker Prize twice was J.G.FARRELL, James Gordon Farrell, a British writer. And he had a trilogy of novels called Empire Trilogy. And two novels from this trilogy won him Booker Prize. And the first Booker Prize was for his novel Troubles, included in the Empire Trilogy, and it was in 2010. And the next Booker Prize was for his novel The Sage of Krishnapur. And in the Empire Trilogy there is one more novel, and it is entitled The Singapore Grip. And the author is J.G.FARRELL, winning the Booker Prize twice for his novel Troubles in 2010 and Sage of Krishnapur in 1973. And J.G.FARRELL seems to be one of the very interesting writers. He had reached India for writing the novel The Sage of Krishnapur, and he went to Singapore for writing his novel The Singapore Grip. And very interestingly, Farrell became dead by falling into the water while fishing at the seaside. While sitting on a rock and fishing, he fell into the water and became dead. And he was awarded Booker Prize twice for two novels included in his Empire Trilogy. And it is at the same time, I do want to remind you that there is another popular trilogy called the Empire Trilogy, and it is a trilogy in the American literature, and it is produced by two writers, Raymond Feast and Janie Woods. But this collection called the Empire Trilogy is written by J.G.FARRELL, who won Booker Prize twice. The Sage of Krishnapur won the Booker Prize in 1973, and the next novel Troubles won him the Booker Prize in 2010. And Hilary Mantel, the next important Booker winner, who received Booker Prize twice, produced the Cromwell trilogy, Thomas Cromwell trilogy. So she had a trilogy entitled Cromwell Trilogy, and there are three novels. The first novel, Wolf Hall, won her the Booker Prize in 2009. And the next novel, Bring Up the Bodies, won her the Booker Prize in 2012. And Hilary Mantel is a living British novelist, and she wanted to win a third Booker Prize and produced a novel and made the collection a trilogy. And the third novel was entitled The Mirror and the Light. And it was longlisted in the Booker Prize, but it was not awarded Booker Prize. And in 2020, the novel The Mirror and the Light was submitted for the Booker Prize, but the prize went to Douglas Stewart, a Scottish writer. He won the Booker Prize in 2020, and he is a fashion designer, Douglas Stewart. And he had won Booker Prize for his debut novel, his first novel, Shaggy Bane. And it was the first time he was awarded Booker Prize. But he received the Booker in 2020, and there was also The Mirror and the Light written by Hilary Mantel to compete with his book. And it is at the same time we come to find the next important twice Booker winner is Margaret Atwood. Margaret Atwood received her first Booker Prize for her novel The Blind Assassin. It was in 2000. And in 2019, she was awarded the next Booker Prize for her novel The Handmaid's Tale. Her first Booker was for her novel The Blind Assassin in 2000, and the next Booker was awarded to her in 2019 for her novel The Handmaid's Tale. And very interestingly, in 2019, the Booker Prize was shared between two writers. Margaret Atwood shared the Booker Prize with another writer, and she was a female novelist belonging to the Negro community, a black lady named Bernardine Evaristo. And her novel was entitled Girl, Woman, Other. And Margaret Atwood was awarded the joint Booker for her novel The Handmaid's Tale. And this is time that we have to discuss the Booker winners from India. And we come to find the first Booker winner is v.s.naipaul. Naipaul was born in Trinidad in West Indies, but his grandparents were Indians. His maternal and paternal grandparents were Indians. Therefore, we consider v.s.naipaul also as an Indian writer. And he was awarded the Nobel Prize also in 2001. And he won the Booker Prize in 1971 for his collection of stories called In a Free State. And in A Free State, in that collection, we come to find that there are 3 tales with a frame story. And the tales are In a Free State. The first one is In a Free State. And the second one is One Out of Many. And the third one is Tell Me Who to Kill. And these are the 3 tales included in the collection In a Free State. And for this book, Naipaul was awarded the Booker Prize. Naipaul was also awarded the Nobel Prize in 2001. And remember that Naipaul died only in 2018. And there are a number of controversies connected with v.s.naipaul. And the second important person who won the Booker Prize is Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie won the Booker Prize in 1981 for his novel Midnight Children. And very interestingly, Salman Rushdie received the Booker Prize thrice, 3 times. On the 25th year of his winning the Booker and on the 40th year of his winning Booker. He was again awarded the Man Booker Prize. And he is the one and only person to receive Booker Prize 3 times for a single book. And the book is Midnight Children. And he won the Booker Prize in 1981. And very interestingly, there has been a lady winner of Booker Prize named Ruth Prewar JHABWALA. And she was a German-British American who came to India and lived in India for 25 years as the wife of a popular architect named JHABWALA, an Indian. She came to India and remained in India for 25 years. And during the period, she produced many number of novels, and she was awarded the Booker Prize for her novel Heat and Dust. And it was produced in the year 1975, and the novel is put against the background of India. And she is also the winner of Oscar nominations. She received Oscar nomination also for her screenplay written on E.M. Forster's novel Room with a View. And she is the first person to win a Booker and an Oscar, and she is also considered as an Indian Booker winner. v.s.naipaul, Salman Rushdie, and Ruth Prewar JHABWALA. Ruth Prewar, P-R-E-W-A-R, Ruth Prewar JHABWALA. And she received the Booker Prize for her novel, Heat and Dust. And I told you, she was the first person to receive a Booker and an Oscar nomination. And the Oscar nomination was won by her for her screenplay written for E.M. Forster's novel, A Room with a View. And in 1997, Arundhati Roy from Kerala, a very famous Indian writer in English, received a Booker Prize for her novel, The God of Small Things. It was in 1997, Arundhati Roy produced her novel, The God of Small Things, and won the Booker Prize. And she was the first woman of color to win the Booker Prize. And in 2006, there is another Indian winner of Booker named Kiran Desai, and she had won Booker Prize for her novel, The Inheritance of Loss. And in 2008, there is another Indian Booker winner named Aravind Adiga, and Adiga received the Booker Prize for his novel, The White Tiger. And I have got 3 videos, one on Arundhati Roy, The God of Small Things, and the other on Kiran Desai, The Inheritance of Loss, and her other novel, The Hulabalu. And there is also another video made on Aravind Adiga on his book, The White Tiger. And please try to watch these videos also. And the Indian Booker winners are v.s.naipaul, winning the Booker Prize in 1971 for his collection of stories In a Free Stage, and Salman Rushdie for his novel Midnight Children in 1981, and Ruth Prewar JHABWALA winning the Booker Prize in 1975 for her novel Heat and Dust, and Arundhati Roy won the Booker Prize in 1997 for her novel The God of Small Things, and Kiran Desai won the Booker Prize for her novel Inheritance of Loss in 2006, and Aravind Adiga won Booker Prize for his novel The White Tiger. And I will come with another video on Pulitzer Prize winners. And thank you for the time being.